Hello and welcome to my first look and review of issue 22 of the Warhammer 40,000 Conquest subscription service. Now, the reason why I say it's a review as well is because it just has a pot of paint in and a brush. No other miniatures included, no fancy books or maps or terrain pieces. It is just this magazine and a paint and a brush for £7.99. Now you may say, oh, that's still a lot of money, but Astrogonite or Astrogranite, however you want to pronounce it, this texture paint is £4.75, so it's almost £5, and the medium base brush is the same price of £4.75, so it's almost 10 quid there for £7.99. So yes, it's just texture paint and a brush, but yeah, you're still saving money by paying the £7.99, believe it or not. But it's one of the weakest issues. I'd much rather get models with a subscription, but they've done it at the start with all the paints and the dice and with the glue and all those other things. So I guess you're building up your paints, and obviously you can add this kind of texture paint to your models as you go along. And I suspect it's the way that they can do it, rather than having all the paints in all the subscriptions at the start and then you've got a huge backlog of painting, or doing it the other way and releasing the paints further on in the issues, because then you're going to have like models with one or two colours on. Anyway, they've obviously thought about it. This is the issue, Space Marines, the Codex Astartes, again, deviations among chapters, Chronicles of Virulence. That looks very similar, I don't know whether we've seen that before. The Great Crusade. That's a lovely bit of artwork from Horus Rising, I think it is. It's fantastic. I have to say that they're very, very bunched in together though. Worlds of the Imperium, more Worlds of the Imperium, Exterminatus, that's pretty awesome. How to paint bases. So this is your issue about how to paint bases. So obviously nothing how to build here, but this is how you do it. You work the paint around, then once it's dry, yeah, it's basically saying you're using it on all the different parts. There's not a single white. Once it's dry, I would then dry brush it with white, but you don't get a white paint in the whole series. And there you go, your whole army. Check out your armies. They've all got a splodge of grey now. Boring, in my opinion. I like the black. They don't tell you to paint it black, but I like to. If I'm doing a different world or whatever, I would try and paint the rim of the base, but I just find that colour boring. With my Death Guard, I've done them as like a swampy brown, like a dark brown, but with bits of grass protruding, and I think that works very well. The army is looking better though. But I just always prefer these kind of brown bases to the black and the grey. But then if you paint it using this, then you can. It probably looks a bit better on your play mat that they've provided you with. But if you look, you have got a lot of models now in the collection, and that's not all of them either. Believe it or not. You've actually got 3 more Reavers, and which they're missing out on there for some reason. The Inceptor looks a bit odd just on his own, but you do get more later on. But yeah, you're definitely growing your force there. Then you've got Mission Briefing, Supply Drop Down, Seize the Supplies, Setting Up Your Own Battlefield again, Using Additional Terrain, it's interesting, and Defend the Spoils of War, and Secure the Supplies. And they're not really an advert for anything, just follow Warhammer 40,000 on Conquest, really. And then your next issue includes, so you've got Learn About Nurglings. Oh, finally. It's going to be my favourite issue. You've also got the new terrain, which is the Battlefield accessories, and issue 24 you get part 1 of the Redemptor Dreadnought, the easy to build one. So you only get this massive, amazing Onslaught Gatling cannon and the Flamer, and you don't get the missile pod on the back. But it's still a really, really cool model, and one of the best easy to build kits, in my opinion. It literally takes you a couple of minutes to put them together. It's a shame you don't get both sprues in that issue, but then that's a £20 model, £25 model or so, in a £8 magazine. But still, personally, I would spend the extra sort of £15, like I said in my review a couple of years ago, spend the extra £15 and just get the full 40 quid one. Because you can pose it, it's got more weapon options, you can magnetise parts, you've got this opening bit as well. It's just way, way better. It's cool that they've done one and it's nice, but the full kit is a beautiful, beautiful kit, and I can't promote it enough. It's lovely. But anyway, so if you've got the subscription, you'll get issue 23, 24. Guess what 25 is? It's the other half of this. Issue 26, unfortunately, only has a Baden Black and Reichland Flesh Shade, which absolutely sucks because you're losing money with that 8 quid, only getting the shade and the pot of black paint. So the next 4 issues, not much looking forward to, but again, I'm looking forward to the easy build Redemptor Dreadnought, I suppose. So that's what you've got to look forward to with that. This has been my first look and review of issue 22. The next video you'll see in the Conquest, in this Conquest video series, will be me unwrapping the next 4 issues, and in particular having my first look at issue 23. So I hope you join me for that video. What do you guys think of this issue, and what do you think of bases, and do you paint your bases with Astrogonite or Astrogranite? Put it in the comments below, it'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.